Hawaii response, Mr. President?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a great, wonderful day. Now, I think we have some craziness that's been happening with the great jokester, right? The jokester is what we're probably going to say here, because it doesn't seem the Maui residents are really liking this man. What we have here is this. We have this man sleeping.
We are a community that relies on family, on ohana, whether by blood or by friendship. But like many others, my son's home burned down. My daughter's home burned down. My home burned down. My parents of 59 years home never met before.
So yes, this man here, Biden, appears to fall asleep during a ceremony in Hawaii honoring the Maui fire victims. For some other reason, it's just like, why exactly? It's just disgusting that we have a man that does this. Granted, this guy is old. He's 80-year old. Old people fall asleep, and it's just showing disrespect to obviously the victims and the Hawaiian people. I don't think anybody should have to go through this, and it's disgusting that he does this in itself. Well, he does even more disgusting things. He has this here: Joe Biden sparks outrage by comparing a Hawaiian blaze that killed at least 114 to a kitchen fire at his house after making tone-deaf hot ground joke to rescuer. Yeah, first what we're going to do here is that we're going to show you the actual video, of this, and then we're gonna show you the joke that he made. Take a look at this.
What's the boss's name? I said, how you doing, pal? Boots on too. You guys catch the boots out here?
What's the dog's name? What's the dog's name?
That's the hot crown, man.
Dexter.
Hello, everybody.
All right, Press, we're going to jump ahead to the next spot, okay, guys? Thank you. Thanks, guys. We're going to present for remarks, Press. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so, all stuff like that. And now what we have is this, the full video of the residents really being angry about everything that's going and saying, fuck you to Joe. Take a look.
Some signs greeting the president were honest and tough. Quote, "You're late." Another, no comment, a reference to his initial answer to a question on the deaths of the people on that island. Some very angry, many of them at the pace, the slow pace of federal help.
A little too late. It's been 2 weeks since we've seen him. You know, he's missed his window of opportunity.
Out here, they've been here for hours. A bunch of them are protesting. They have their makeshift signs, cardboard signs, a lot of them saying, as we've been talking about, that he's too late. Some of them feel that he should have been here much earlier. Other signs that say actions speak louder than words. So hearing a lot from the people here, as well as Hawaiian flags.
Wow, he's finally here. Wow, yeah, awesome. Yeah, thanks for nothing. You.
Well, Joe Biden, it seems you're being very welcome in Hawaii, and it seems that everybody loves you. That's a joke. I don't think anybody loves you right now in Hawaii, and as they shouldn't, considering you're spending at least half of your good old government money to or double the money to Ukraine, and less than double the money to maybe Hawaii, which is still being held up because, you know, you're trying to make more money to Ukraine. And then you also have this as well, to where you're making some pretty stupid comments, some pretty dumb things like hot on the ground and all that great stuff. And it seems that the people of Hawaii are really, really getting tired of it. And here's this weird thing, Biden, that you have to, for some other reason, have to talk about yourself. That you know what they experienced. Now, I'm not going to go out and say that I know what they experienced, or the horrible tragedies that they had to be dealt with by this wildfire. It's horrendous. It's the worst thing that we've had to deal with over at least 100 years from what I recall. So, it's tragedy. But yet, for some other reason, you make it about yourself and a cat?
I don't want to compare difficulties, but we have a little sense, Jill and I, what it's like to lose a home. Years ago, now 15 years ago, I was in Washington doing Meet the Press. It was a sunny Sunday, and lightning struck at home on a little lake that's outside of our home, not a lake, a big pond, and hit a wire and came up underneath our home into the heating ducts, the air conditioning duct. To make a long story short, I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette, and my cat. But all kidding aside, I watched the firefighters, the way they responded. You know, there's an old expression. I grew up right across the street from a fire hall in Claymont, Delaware. And the expression is, God made man, then he made a few firefighters. You're all crazy, thank God. The only people who run into flames to help other people. And they ran into flames to save my wife and save my family. Not a joke. The smoke, and the firefighters here can tell you, sometimes smoke is so thick from the windows out, it was that thick inside the home. And we were insured. We did not have any problem. But being out of our home for a better part of a year was difficult. I can only imagine what it's like to lose your home.
So right, he talks about a cat and then his Corvette that he could have lost and all that great stuff, compared to the people to where kids were actually hurt or killed, or most of the people that are missing, which is absolutely horrifying. And the best that he can do is talk about his Corvette or cat. And now, don't get me wrong. I'm a man that has 4 cats. I love cats, and I love pretty much most animals here. And it would also be devastating for me to lose my cats in a fire. But you have to, in order to relate somebody, it's not really the same that when you're losing your cat, when you're losing to your child, without you being able to protect your child, the helplessness of not being able to protect your child in a fire. Your cats or your dogs, for the most part, you can usually save unless the fire is too intense for you to do so, which I think this fire was. But regardless, it's kind of tone deaf because these people lost their kids. They were either at school or doing something when the fire hit, and they're the ones that were unfortunately perished in this fire. And we have that we have many children, likely among the 850 people still missing in Maui wildfire, governor says. And if that is the case, and that's just absolutely horrifying. I do not want people to have to go through this at all, at any stretch of the imagination. Well, this man, this one Maui resident, this Hawaii man, this man full packed of soul, pain, and frustration and anger, has a lot to say to Joe Biden. And you know what? He has every right to do so, and if there's not a bloody thing he says that's wrong. Take a look.
Impossible to believe that this guy, that this old man, this Walmart greeter, this president, why the is his wife with him wherever he goes? We didn't hire this person. I didn't hire you, Joe. You're a traitor. I know what you are. I know what Kamala is. I know what the Democratic Party is. And I know that we have a constitutional crisis of epic proportion. But hearing you talk about your house that, had a little fire, you almost lost your cat and your Corvette. There are children that were incinerated to ash. You old man. The only way you feel you're able to communicate and you have some kind of, you're so out of touch with the common man, you don't even understand how to speak to them. The only way you think you can establish commonality with them is to lie. That the same thing happened to you No matter what the tragedy is, your son wasn't killed in action, by the way. Your house didn't burn down. Your children weren't burned to death. How dare you get up there and speak this way? Your job is to go there and assuage them in a way that you talk to them about their loss. That you can't imagine what it's like. That you can't imagine what it's like never to find the bodies of the poor children that were sent home from schools that died alone. Alone. In fear. Without their parent or a guardian. That the most abhorrent thing happened. You're too old. You need to step down from office. Maybe the cackling hyena behind you, maybe she'll rise to the occasion. She can't even form a coherent sentence. This is an outrage. An outrage. We should just rebuild the goddamn thing the way it was. When you hear the psychopath, the first thing out of the governor's mouth was, we're going to reclaim the land for this or for that. Who the are the people we hire in government? And if there's any truth to the matter that this idiot held back the water, he should be sent down to Guantanamo Bay. Never to be seen again. It's just outrageous how we behave in this country. There's no adults. An event, no matter how tragic, there should be men that are able to rise to the occasion. In 5 seconds, you should know what to do. You should understand the right thing. You almost lost your cat. Go f*** yourself.
And everything this man says is right. The Joe Biden is so tone deaf that he doesn't really care about the people. The same thing that with East Palestine when that thing happened, and it took him weeks, literally weeks, probably almost a month before he even reacted or said anything about the tragedy that happened in East Palestine. And then the way that he focuses Ukraine over the Hawaiian residents, the own people that suffered. And now that we're learning is that 850 children were probably the people that were gone missing in the wildfires. That's legit catastrophic. That is horrifying. And we have a man here that goes out and does this. I think the people of this country are finally getting to see on how Biden is. This may be Hawaii actually turning red, because the matter of the fact is that none of these people enjoy or want Biden. They're holding signs to where, like, F you, or you're not welcome, or you're too late. Like, these are the things that the people are doing. This is something that should have been immediate, that they should be allowed to go in. Trump would have been there within a couple of days, but unfortunately Trump is not allowed to do all these other legal issues that's been holding him back. It's disgusting, which I'm going to assume, right? I'm going to assume that's the case. But again, it's not Trump's current liability or reason to go there right now. It's the president's job, and Biden has been constantly disrespecting the Hawaiian people, the Maui residents of that place, and now it's just like he's gotten hatred from now even Hawaii. The fact of the matter is nobody likes this man anymore. At least people are realizing or waking up to it. Even people are maybe even wanting Kamala Harris over this guy. That's how bad he's been doing. And I feel for the Maui residents. I feel for the Hawaiians because they didn't ask for this. And despite whether they vote for Democrat or not, they don't deserve their lives taken away. They don't deserve their children taken away. They deserve to lose the way they did, lose the thing that they did because of their political reasons, for any reason at all. And Biden, even though these people most likely voted for him, or just slapped in the face and shown that he doesn't care, having little to no empathy. This is the man that is our president today. And the Hawaiians and Maui people are fed up and tired with him. And rightfully so. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.